got a moment, we can, you know what I'm saying, run you through it, see if your spirit bear witness with the book.
So do you believe you're an Israelite?
Right.
What's your proof?
That's what I'm trying to show you.
Where?
All right, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 46.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46.
Bring it
Oh,
up.
well, start at 45, my bad.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So these are the words that the Lord told Moses to tell his people, the Israelites, that will happen. We'll be blessed, you know what I'm saying, if we listen to the words of the Lord, his laws, statutes, and commandments, and kept them. But on the flip side, if we didn't, we'll be cursed. You know what I'm saying? And it said that they'll be upon us for a sign and for a wonder, and upon our seed, our children forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's forever, so it has to be still relevant today. Then it said for a sign. So like I say, we know we're right here off LeBrand Street because it's a sign right there. I know those Versace's because it's the symbol on it. It's a symbolism. So we know that through these curses, we know that we are the children of Israel. And that's what I'm trying to bring out to you. Show you some of these curses, see if you fit the curses that's in there. Because it said that's how we're going to be able to identify. So you got me?
Yeah, but you see those guys in Israel?
Right.
Actually in Israel?
Right.
They have actual proof.
Give me Revelation 2 and 9. Give me Revelation 3 and 9.
Real proof that they're Israelites.
The book of Revelations, chapter 2.
They don't, though. Because, I mean, one, if you go all throughout this book, it's going to show that it'll be a dark people. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be those white people that's over there right now. And then two, you got two verses that's saying the same witness right here, back and forth. Listen to these two.
2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Right, so they talking to the Israelites, right? I know thy works, thy tribulation and poverty. So these people would be going through tribulation and they would be in poverty. Are the people over there in Israel, are they in poverty? Are they poverty stricken? Okay, keep going.
But thou art rich.
Right.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not,
Right.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right. So it says thou art rich, but it's not rich with money. It'll be more so rich in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because God's people, he said that they would be meek. They would be lowly. You know what I'm saying? They would be impoverished and they would have to go through these type of things if they don't hearken to him. What's that?
If we was both discontinued from our heritage.
Yeah, grab that one real quick. Never mind. Get 3 and 9 real quick and then you can grab that one.
Revelation 3 and 9.
Bring it out.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan,
It's
which
time.
say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Right, so they're lying. You know what I'm saying? They, like I say, if you look at any account in the Bible, it's going to show that there'll be a dark race of people, the Jews, one. Two, like I said, they're running the world. They're highly esteemed. You know what I'm saying? They got their hands in everything. They own banks. They own the record companies. They own damn near everything that got to do with media. Everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I forgot where I was going with that. But I just.
You see what I'm saying right now? You see what you just said? You said you forgot.
Where I was going, my train of thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to tell you. See, those people over there, they actually have, they're not forgetting anything. It's detailed.
Nah, but like what I'm trying to show you is lies.
Jeremiah 17 and verse 4.
Bring it up, kid.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
So it said that the people of Israel, the Lord will cause them to discontinue from their heritage. You know what I'm saying? But you're saying that they got proof. They don't have proof. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Off rip, like I said, if you go down the lineage of the people, there's no way that, because I've heard a so-called rabbi say that they can trace it all the way back to like David or Solomon, when that's a melanated people. At what point in time did that turn to these people that's over there in that land now? Then it's also something, what's that called? The Balfour Declaration? That's when those people were given that land, you know what I'm saying, like by way of like a treaty in 1948.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the Bible also says that we would not be brought back into our land again until Christ comes back. What, read? Go ahead, read that.
Bring it out, huh?
The book of Isaiah.
You start at 1 and read down. It's gonna cut that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 2, and verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Jerusalem, Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the house the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And it shall and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountains of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
So when the people are in the land, what's gonna happen?
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war anymore.
That's plain. So pretty much that's already telling you when the Israelites are back in their land, right? There's not gonna be no war. We got wars going on right now. So the Israelites can't be in the land right now because Isaiah, the prophet of the Lord, by the mouth of the Lord, said that when the Israelites were in the land, there would be no war. So that's telling you that the Israelites are not in the land. Also, Isaiah 11 begins.
Look at Isaiah.
You can't go around prophecy. You say you believe in the Bible, you gotta believe in the Bible and prophecy, right? Prophecy is telling you that the Israelites are in the land. Watch what this prophecy. Let's see if the white man is going to be placed in that land by his own hand, or if the Lord is going to bring him back in that land. Read that.
And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign among the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Cush, and from Patros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, so it'll be by way of the Most High, not by way of some treaty by man for them to get in the land. Like I just told you, if you look up that Balfour Declaration, 1948, it says that that's how they got the land. Then another thing, is it Song of Solomon 5? And then give me Acts 13 and 1. This is showing that the people are a colored people as well, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, they try to claim that they can go back to like the 9 BC or something like that, or 900 BC, Salakia, my bad, but they'll try to say that they can trace their lineage all the way back to David and Solomon when they were a dark-skinned people. So that's crazy. Go ahead. Oh no, it's 1 and 5.
Yeah.
That's it.
5
My
and
bad.
11 say he had locks. They was black and bushy. He was black as a raven.
1 and 5.
This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
I am black,
Right. So this is Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Songs of Solomon. This is King Solomon. It says what?
I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Right. It says I am black but comely. That'll be like saying I'm black and beautiful or whatnot. He's declaring himself to be a black individual. Give me that one. Acts 13.
The book of Acts, chapter 13 and 1. Now there were in the church that was
Somebody
at
pull that
Antioch
up in the strong.
certain prophets and teachers,
Next one.
as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger,
Right.
and Lucius of Cyrene, and
Yeah. So it said that these apostles was called nigger. You know, Barnabas and Simeon or whatnot. Nobody got that for me? So you can show them real quick that it say that? It says that they call them niggers. So hold on. So bring it out. If we go to that exact verse that we got that from and go to the definition, it'll say that it's black. And then even with the pronunciation of it, is it on? I don't know how to work your phone.
Yeah, but you see, like back then, yeah, they used to be brown like us.
You said black.
Back then, back then. But you see, when they got driven out, right? They got driven out a lot of times. They got driven out by the Nebuchadnezzar, right? By the Romans. So when they got driven out, they had to mix up with other races to survive. They didn't have any choice because God had already cursed them. God cursed them a long time ago because of the sins that their fathers did. Not even them. It was what their fathers did. It was very horrible. They were worshiping like horrible looking gods.
Right, but it's not them, it's us.
That, but wait, okay, let me finish what I'm saying. When they went to Europe, right? When they went to that Europe, they had to start mixing with white people, white-looking people. That's why you see, even when you even go to Israel right now, right? The guys over there, not all of them look white. Like, I'll give you an example. What's his name? What's the prime minister right now that got elected? He's not even white looking. You could see a little bit of brown in him. Not all of them are white because a lot of them got mixed.
But it's like,
But it's still the blood, the trace, that David, that blood of David, that trace. That's all that counts. It's still in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Because I used to think like that.
you gotta go
I used
about.
to think like this before too. But I started to think about it though. Like, it's lasted like. If you understand that nation since 1948, it's lasted too long for it to be a lie. No lie lasts that long, bro. No, I've been telling this shit out. Like lies. When you lie, when you go big in a lie, people gonna call you out that you a liar because you went big. But like when you go little, bro, I'm telling you something, bro. When you tell me a lie right now, just me, you told me a lie, right?
I told you a lie.
No, I'm not saying you told me a lie. I'm just saying that.
book of
if you tell
Job,
me a
chapter
lie
20
right
and
now,
verse 12.
a lot of people don't gonna
Thy
know.
wickedness be sweet in his
Right.
mouth,
And what?
and his wickedness be sweet in his
mouth.
mouth.
His what?
Thy wickedness be sweet in his mouth.
That's the Lord talking about the so-called white man saying his wickedness is sweet in his mouth.
Right.
Meaning he's a great liar, man. That's what it's telling you.
Right.
He's a great
But
liar.
you're gonna be
hold
caught.
on.
Yeah.
Read on.
Though he hide it under his tongue.
Though he what?
Though he hide it under his tongue.
Right.
Though he hide it under his tongue, man. So the so-called white man is a phenomenal liar.
That's
That's
true.
why he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, because the devil means deceiver. He's a great deceiver, right? That's what he is. So all this that you're talking about,
Right.
saying, they got, he kind of got a little brown in him. No, look,
Yeah.
you got to deal with the prophecies.
Right.
Right? We're not gonna just be jumping around.
Right.
Brother brought out Isaiah chapter 11.
Right.
The brother brought out Isaiah chapter
Right.
2. How do you deal with those prophecies?
Right.
How do you we're not talking about a little strand. We're
Right.
talking about the prophecies of Isaiah, the words of the Lord.
Right.
You said you believe in the Bible.
Right.
So if you believe in the Bible, deal with
Right.
the Bible.
Gotcha.
Because you're dealing with the white man's science. We're dealing with the Bible, the words of the Most High God.
That's
So
right.
which one is it? Do you believe in the white man's science or do you believe in the Bible?
But
Which one is it?
Yeah.
The Bible or the,
The
white
Bible,
man's science?
the Bible.
So deal with the Bible.
right.
Stop running to and fro and deal with the Bible.
Right.
Right? So go back to Isaiah chapter 2.
Right.
And now you got to deal with this.
Right.
Because if you can't deal with this, then you gotta back off your stance, bro.
But you see the
Wait.
Right, right.
Deal with Isaiah chapter 2.
I got
think
you.
it was
But
from the top.
remember, you know the Old Testament, right? Jesus came
I got
and
it out.
fulfilled the Old Testament.
Hold on. What?
That's why.
Wait,
why
hold on.
Jesus
What
is
does that
That's
have
why
to
he's
do
in there.
with what you're talking about?
Okay, this is what
Because that's a
trying
whole nother point.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
You
explain.
said that the people in the land are the
Right.
Israelites.
They are.
What you just said have nothing to do with that.
But you see, that's the Old Testament.
No,
Jesus-
wait.
Right,
What you said was the
Right.
people in the land are the Israelites.
right.
Jesus had you
Yeah.
talking about Jesus right now and
Jesus
fulfilling the
Christ.
Old Testament
Right.
has nothing to do with the people in the land being the Israelites.
Right.
He has. Jesus has
No,
that-
it doesn't.
He
No,
has
it doesn't.
everything to do
No,
with everything.
no. Jesus Christ
Right,
fulfilling the Old Testament
right.
has nothing to do
Right.
with who's in the land right now.
It has everything to do with it.
Read Isaiah 2.
Had one again.
Go to 4.
Verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations,
Right.
and shall rebuke many people,
Right?
and they shall beat their swords into plowshares,
Right.
and their spears into pruning hooks.
Right?
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation,
Right?
neither shall they learn war anymore.
Let me ask you a question.
Right.
Are there wars going on right now?
Yeah, there was. Right in
What
the
did
world.
the, what did the Bible just say
was
about
just-
when the Israelites are in the land?
It was just one in Israel.
Right. Yeah, there won't be
No
any
minor
war.
war.
So how are the people in the land the Israelites when the Bible is saying when the Israelites are back in the land there won't be any wars?
Right. Yeah, but
See, no.
I understand where you're coming
No,
from.
but give me
But
Isaiah
you see-
35 and 5. I mean Ezekiel 35 and 5.
Right, right,
Right? You got to deal with that.
right. But you see, Jesus is coming.
Wait,
with
that
everything
has
simple.
nothing to do with
It
Isaiah 2.
does.
Really?
Jesus
Isaiah
Christ,
2
I'm
talks
telling you,
all right, read Isaiah 2 and 2 again.
Right.
Because it talks
Yeah.
about Christ. So
Right.
let's talk about
Isaiah chapter 2 and verse
Right.
2.
Right?
Right.
And it shall come to pass
Right.
in the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
So we don't deal with it no more.
In the
In
last
the last
days.
days.
In the last days. Read on.
That the mountain of the Lord's house.
Right? What does that represent? The mountain of the Lord's house.
You see,
You don't know. Read on.
Right, right.
Shall be established
Right.
in the top of the mountain,
Read.
and shall be exalted above the hills.
Meaning Israel is going to be exalted above every other nation. Right? That's what it means. Read on.
And all nations,
And what?
and all nations,
And what?
and all nations
Read on.
shall flow unto it.
So is everybody going to the so-called white man in Israel right now?
Well, it's not,
Wait,
it's not
no,
a lot of
answer
white
the
people
question.
Over there. They're brown too.
Answer the question.
Over there.
Okay, is everybody going to Israel right now? Is everybody flowing into Israel right now?
A lot of people are going to Israel. Yeah.
Is every nation flowing into Israel right now?
A lot of people.
You're a
go.
liar.
It's true.
You're a liar.
They came from
You're a
Russia.
liar.
got your ticket?
Where are we at right now?
You got your
No, not
Where we at?
everybody.
Where we at?
Not
Where
everybody.
we at? Are we going to Israel right now?
Not everybody.
Read on. Read on.
Right.
You're a liar, brother.
Right. Well, right.
Right? Read on.
And many people shall come and say,
Right?
Right.
Come ye, and let us go up to the mountains of the Lord,
Let us go up to the nation of Israel and what?
to the house of God,
To
up
what?
to the house of
Is
God.
the house of God built in Israel right now? Is there a temple of God in Israel right now?
No, there's no temple.
Then how in the hell are they the people when it's telling you in the last days the
Jesus
people will...
is the temple.
Look,
You don't need
look,
no temple
look.
anymore.
So there's not going to be another temple?
Never.
Never gonna be another
There's going to. Yeah, in the when the Antichrist comes. The Antichrist.
There's an Antichrist now. What are you talking
No,
about?
he's not here yet.
Go to,
No, he
I'm
might
not
be
even-
here.
I'm not even
No,
gonna
no,
do it.
my bad.
I'm
He
not
might
gonna
be.
do it.
He
I'm
might
not-
be
it's
here.
not a he.
But he hasn't.
It's not a he. There's a many. There's many
No,
Antichrists.
it's gonna be one.
We're not going to do it because
It's gonna
we're
be
not
one
going
guy.
to go from point to point.
Yeah,
with
it's
him.
gonna be
He's
one
going to
guy.
concede that the damn devil in the land right now ain't the Israelites before we go
No,
anywhere.
they're devils in the land of Israel. They
so,
are.
so who's the Israelites, brother?
Not all of them are devils.
Who
though.
are the Israelites, brother?
No, but not all of
Who
them.
are the Israelites?
Who are the Israelites? The guys are there. in
Read
Israel. And guys, some guys are also here too.
God
Some guys
of
also here
Jacob,
as well,
and he
yeah.
will teach us
But they are
out of
Israelites
his
over there.
He will
ways.
do what?
He will teach us out of his ways.
They'll have gay parades in Israel.
And he will teach us out of his ways.
So it's saying that when the Israelites are in the land, that we're going to teach the other nations the
Right.
ways of the Most High God. Right? Right now, they have homosexuality
Yeah,
going on in
that's true.
Israel.
And
right
they're
now,
gonna be punished
wait,
for that. They're gonna be punished.
right now they
Yeah.
have damn kosher pork in Israel, man.
Right.
The Lord is against pork.
Yeah.
So those people cannot be in the land and be the people of the Most High God
Yeah.
because the prophecy is telling you what's going to happen when the Israelites are back in the
That
land.
God is gonna
right?
deal
Read
with
on.
them. He's
And
gonna
we
deal with
will
them. That's what's
walk
gonna happen.
in his path.
And we will
Right.
what?
And we will walk
Right.
in his path.
And we
Right.
will walk in his path, man.
Right.
Right? Now drop that and give me Ezekiel 35. Give me
Right.
Ezekiel 20 and verse 35 as
Right.
well. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5.
Right?
Because thou hast had a
Go to 36
perpetual.
and 5 first. Lock it.
Yeah.
That's on me. 36 and 35. 20 and verse 35.
36
Right?
and 5.
Lock it, King. I'm going to give it back to you, man.
You want 36 and 5?
36 and 35.
Right. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 35.
Read.
And they shall say, this land that
36
was,
and 35.
and they
Oh,
shall
sorry, 36
say,
and 5. My bad.
God, 36 and 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord God,
Right?
surely in the fire of my jealousy
Right?
have I spoken against the residue
Right.
of the heathen.
Of the what?
Of the heathen.
Of the what?
Of the
That
heathen.
have done what?
That happened.
And against all Idumea,
Against all Idumea, the Greek word for Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Read on.
which have appointed my land unto their possession.
Which have done what?
Appointed my land into their possession
Right?
with the joy of all their heart.
Right, and that's plain. So the so-called white man has appointed the Lord's land into their possession. Meaning those people in the land right now, right, are not the people. They have taken the land.
Yeah,
Read
God
that.
used
Wait,
the white man.
read
That's
that.
what he does.
The
He uses
book of
everybody.
Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 35.
You got this.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
Right, did that happen to the Israelites? Did that happen again? Did the Lord bring it? When the Balfour Declaration came about,
Right.
did they go into the wilderness first? Were they kind of in the wilderness? Did that happen? Is there any account of the so-called white man that calls himself a
Again,
Jew
again.
going through the wilderness?
Right. Well, you're
Did,
human.
oh, wait,
Are
wait,
you
wait.
human?
Did it happen?
Are you
Did
human?
it happen?
See,
No,
I just-
read on.
Right.
And the wilderness of the people.
Right.
And there will I plead with you
Right.
face to face.
Right.
Right.
Like I pleaded with your fathers
Right.
in the wilderness
Right.
of the land of Egypt.
Right?
So will I plead with you, saith the Lord God.
Read on.
Right.
I will cause you to pass under the rod.
Right.
And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Read.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
Right? So the Lord said he's even going to purge the rebels out. Right? So you just said that they do have gay parades and those
Yeah,
people.
they do.
The Lord is saying before the Israelites go into Israel again, he's going to purge those people out, meaning they're going to die. They're not going to see the land. So it would be impossible for the so-called...
what timeline?
Wait,
What
I'm not
timeline
done
is
talking.
that? Yeah.
It would be impossible for the so-called white man that calls himself a Jew to be a Jew and those things be going on in the land when the Lord is saying right now,
Yeah.
before I bring the Israelites back into the land, I'm going to kill off those people.
Right.
So those people that are in Israel
Yeah.
cannot be the Israelites. It's impossible. Unless you're saying Ezekiel is a false prophet.
But then how?
And
this
Isaiah.
lasted too
Right?
long, though.
What do you mean it's lasted too long? Whose
Since
time are you on?
1948.
Whose time are you on?
But since
Whose time are you on?
No, I'm just saying
Go,
though.
go to 2 Peter
I'm
chapter
just
3.
thinking like it's too long.
Go to 2 Peter chapter 3.
If you're a bad
You don't know what
person-
you're talking about.
Bro, if you're a
You
bad
don't know
person,
what
it's
you're
gonna
talking
come out you're a bad person.
You don't know what you're talking about. Right?
No,
The
for
Lord,
real,
the
though.
Lord is going to uncover all things. Go to 2 Thessalonians
Oh.
chapter 2 and verse 2.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Right.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. And 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 2.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9.
Right.
The Lord is not slack concerning his promise.
Right.
As some men count slackness.
Read on.
But is long suffering.
It's what?
It's long suffering.
It's what?
It's long suffering.
No, it's too long.
It's long suffering.
Read on.
To us word.
Right?
Not willing that any should perish.
Not willing that what?
That any should perish.
Read on.
But that all should come to repentance.
He waiting on all the Israelites to come to repentance. So it ain't got nothing to do with the so-called white man's lie. It has everything to do with our people stop being like what you're being right now. Stiff-necked. Read on.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Right, read.
Indeed, which the heavens shall pass with a great noise.
Right, read verse 8 real quick.
Verse 8.
Right.
But my beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
That what?
That one day.
That one
is,
what?
That
That
one day
is what?
is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
Right, so 1,000 years to us is a day to the Most High God. So when you talk about 1948 till now, that's been 5 days, not even 2 days to the Most High God.
No, but it's
that
a
hasn't
lie.
even been
It's
an
a
hour.
lie.
You're not listening. It hasn't even been an hour to the Most High God yet.
I got you.
It's not. There's no time constraints for the Lord. So he does things on his own time, but ultimately he's waiting. He's waiting on the Israelites to come back and keep the commandments. They're in punishment. They have to learn the error of their ways and come back to their righteousness before the Lord brings hell upon the nations.
Yeah, but
right?
a lie
Wait,
don't last
read that.
long. That's what I'm
Second
just saying.
Thessalonians 2.
Read that. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 2.
Con, it's the
Right.
book of Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 2.
Right?
That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled,
Right.
neither by spirit,
Right.
nor by word,
Read.
nor by letter, as from us.
Right.
As that the day of Christ is at hand.
Right? Read.
Let no man deceive you
Read.
by any means.
Read.
Right.
For that day shall not come,
Except what?
except there come a falling away first,
So we had to fall away first, which we've done. Read.
and that man of sin be revealed.
And that who?
And that man of sin be revealed.
So the so-called white man, he has to be revealed. The Lord is saying, I'm going to reveal his lie, right? But we had to fall away first. And after the falling away has to be a what? A coming back, right? Read,
The son of perdition,
right?
Yeah.
who opposeth
Who does what?
Who opposes
Read on.
and exalted
Right.
himself above all that is called God.
And that's plain upon tables. That's the so-called white man. You got
No,
it.
that's the Antichrist. That's
Right.
the Antichrist. That's who that is.
We will give
What's
it
that
all.
He did say that. He did say that they never fell away. They remember who they are. When the Bible said that the
No, I never
Israelites had
said
to
it.
fall
I
away.
never said it never.
You said when he said he forgot where he was going. You say, you see that? You said you forgot. They never forgot.
Yeah,
But he was talking about lineage
No, no,
and stuff
no,
like
I
that.
know, but he said that the Bible said we was gonna fall away, right? He said that the Israelites in the land right now, they never fell away. They never forgot.
No, I never said that.
Right?
I said never forgot. They never. But
That's what you was like
forgetting.
The
alluding to.
Bible is talking about the falling away. The falling away is us forgetting.
no, the falling away means you're falling
Brother,
away from the
We
gospel
had
of
read that
Christ.
Jeremiah 17
The
and 4 when it
gospel
said
of
they was
Christ.
gonna lose his head.
Brother,
I'm talking about Christ.
Brother, that falling away, that
Well,
falling
you're not
hold on.
even talking about Christ the whole time.
Hold on. You came up here. You
Yeah.
came up here literally to challenge the brother on what he's teaching about us being the Israelites.
Gotcha.
So don't come up and say you
Okay.
and challenge us
Okay,
and then
okay.
try to move the point when you get confounded. See what's going on now
Right.
is you've been confounded. You don't know how to deal with what's coming out. You think you know something.
Right.
Give me Job 6:20. Let me show you what's going on. Give me Job 6:20. Right? Give me Job 6:20.
The book of Job, chapter 6 and verse 20.
Right? Bring it out.
Slack. They were confounded.
He was what?
They were confounded.
He is what?
They were confounded.
He is what?
They were confounded.
Read on.
Because they had no hope.
Read.
Right.
They have came thither
Right?
and were ashamed.
And was what?
And were ashamed.
So now you're ashamed you want to move the needle, man. You came up here, you kind of hoped you was going to come up here and make a point and say the so-called white man is the Jew, and now you got all jammed up and you want to move the needle to Christ. We can deal with Christ. We teach Christ. But in order to teach Christ, Christ only came for one people. So we teach the people that Christ came for, who they are first, then we teach them Christ. Right? But you can't come up here not knowing what's going on, trying to jam brothers up for the doctrine that we push, knowing we study the words of the Most High God, got the spirit and the power of the Lord up here. I think you're going to come up here and kind of challenge us. That's not going to happen.
No, no, I'm not
So
going to.
you-
I'm not challenging
You
nobody.
can't challenge us.
Yeah,
You don't
I
know the
can't.
scriptures, you already lost. That's right. Go ahead.
Right. Right.
Matter of fact, give me Matthew 22 and 29.
That's right.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 29.
Right?
And it reads,
Right?
Jesus answered and said unto them,
What'd he say?
Ye do err.
He do what?
Ye do err.
He do what?
Ye do err.
He do what?
Ye do err.
Read on.
Not knowing the scripture.
Not what?
Not knowing the scripture.
Not what?
Not knowing the scripture.
Not what?
Not knowing the scripture.
What's up with him?
Not knowing the scripture.
You don't know the scriptures, man. That's why you don't know what's going on. You all jammed up. That's right.
Oh, yes, yes,
You got it, King.
yes.
So like I was going into, like I was telling you, we are those people. All that them people over there in the land, that's a lie. What's wrong with that, brother? But yeah, like all that we was telling you, like we are those people by way of the blessing and the curses. That's how we know that. You know what I'm saying? As well as all the prophecy that the brother brought out there to show that can't be the people in the land. Whether you want to go by history, whether you want to go by the Bible, but we choose to stick with the Bible because that's the only true thing. Man can rewrite history, but the Bible is untainted.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can get back into it, like, go to Romans 9:3 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll hit his point as far as
It
Christ.
doesn't say Africans on here. What about Africa? It's for the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, this is for the Western Hemisphere.
I'm on 9 and 4.
Yeah, start at 3.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren,
So this is Paul speaking, right? Go ahead.
my kinsmen according to the flesh,
So these are his kinfolk according to the flesh,
who are Israelites,
who are Israelites.
to whom pertaineth the adoption
So who pertaineth to adoption, that grafting in process, go ahead.
and the glory
And the glory of
and
God.
the covenant
And the covenants. That's the old covenant and the new covenant. It's plural. Go ahead.
and the giving of the law
And the giving of the law,
and the service of God
service of God,
and the promises,
and the promises of God. Go ahead.
whose are the fathers,
Whose are the fathers? Because we are his chosen people. Go ahead.
and of whom as concerning the flesh Christ came.
As who of concerning the flesh Christ came. So you doing a lot of pushback for that man over there that's in Israel that's not your people. And you trying to say that basically they are the chosen people and God had came back for them. What we trying to show you is all that you are led to believe is a lie. You are that chosen people. You are who Christ came back for. So I don't understand what all the pushback is for and all that type of stuff. We're trying to show you, you know what I'm saying, that you will be those people. So go back to where we was at.
Deuteronomy what? 28.
I went through.
46.
Yeah, I went through 46. I did it. Give me 48.
48. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Right. So this is going back to the curses. So it's saying we will serve our enemies. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So right, it's saying hunger and thirst and nakedness and want of all things. So our people don't own Arzaka. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't own a lot of these big corporations that we go to get food from. Our people don't own all these big grocery stores and all that. It's a small percentage of us that are even farmers, and then the government still put their hand in that. You know what I'm saying? We're still subject to our oppressors in that way, whether it's food, whether it's drink, and it said as well as in clothing. Because we have people that have a so-called black-owned clothing line, but they still got to go get their textiles from other nations and stuff like that, and then slap their logo on it, and then put their design. Even like Kanye with his Yeezy stuff, he don't own those textiles. You know what I'm saying? But he, got his LLC, created his logo and all that, stitched this stuff up on there. You know what I'm saying? But he still had to purchase those products from other nations. You know what I'm saying? And keep going on that.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So it said he should put a yoke of iron upon your neck until you have destroyed thee. So you could be talking about a physical yoke of iron like he did to our people over here in the Americas, or how he did to the Hispanic people when they brought them from over here, indigenous to the land over there to Europe. Or, you know what I'm saying, we can go into how else will we destroy it, because after getting destroyed in that way, you know what I'm saying, once they destroyed us, broke us down that much, now we destroyed as a people mentally. We discontinue from our heritage. We don't know who we are. We think those Jewish people that's over there in the land are the real people, and we just thinking that we just Gentiles, or we just black, or we African American, or whatever the case may be, and that's not the case. We God chosen people, and that's what I'm trying to show you. So Hosea 4:6, whoever got it.
I got a precept for Hosea 4:6.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Right, and that's why we're subject to these curses right now. We don't have the knowledge of the Lord. We're not keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Give me that Hosea.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. Bring it out. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Right, it says people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because we're not digging into this book and getting the understanding of the book. That's why we destroyed. So after we was physically destroyed, and then they try to give us a doctrine and tell us who we are, tell us that we, black, Mexican, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, rather than us getting to understand, like, well, why do you think through slavery, they also, didn't want us to pick up this book. And then they snatched out large chapters of the book and all that. Like, because this is going to bring us back to the Lord, the understanding of who we are. God is going to come back on our side if we pick up this book and understand what we must do.
White people that did that stuff, a lot of their kids are suffering right now with weird diseases. And
But
shit.
they going to suffer even worse
You know what I'm saying?
in that latter
They
day.
had good white people.
Yeah.
They also had
I don't
bad
know.
white
Well,
people.
hold on. Well, we could get to
Not
that.
all of them were bad, bro.
Well, we could get to that. Let me
But the bad ones are gonna suffer. Yeah, here and in hell.
give
It's
me
gonna happen. There's no escape. You can't treat a human being like shit, man. If you do that,
give me
you will
Revelation
pay for that
13:9.
stuff.
Give
I'm
me
telling you, bro.
Isaiah 14.
I'm being
Bring out
honest.
your precept.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Oh, okay.
Go.
If any man have an ear,
Revelation 2:25.
he that leadeth into captivity
Right.
shall go into captivity.
So them that led us into captivity, they must go into captivity. That's the recompense and the revenge of the Lord. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword
Right.
must be killed with the sword.
So they got to be killed. The same thing that they did to us. Same thing that's got to happen to them.
The Jewish man was the main people that led us into slavery.
Right. The Jewish man. Right. Bring that up. 14 from the top.
But not all
The book
Jews,
of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 25.
man. Believe that. They got
But,
good ones.
but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Right.
And
And
he
that's talking about Christ. Hold fast till he come. Go ahead.
And he that overcome it, I'm slacking. He that overcome it and keeping my works unto the end, to him will I give
You
power
gotta pay
over the
attention. You
nation.
gotta get this understanding, because you sitting up here
You gotta
saying,
have like a flyer, a little flyer or something.
yeah, somebody get it, brother. Give him a flyer, man.
It's cold. I'll stay longer. I like stuff like this.
Ain't that cold,
It's just that it's
Sun
cold.
out.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't get nothing, no flyer.
I ain't even gonna, yeah, right there,
Do it like
right there.
Hey, I take them.
There's a certain way I want it to make it. I want it to
Revelation.
if he that leadeth in captivity shall go in captivity, they not in captivity. So how can they be judged right now? That's what he's saying.
Come.
How can they be
Yeah, you should have just told me, like, yeah, the point. You got it. What's going on, bro?
I want to know, is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost all one, or is just three? Oh, I got you.
Well, go to all right, then First Corinthians 11:3, and then where is that at? I think that's in like 2nd John or something like that, or 3rd John. Now I think what he talking about
John 1
There,
and 1
one.
and John, 1 John 5 and 7, I think.
bring it up.
It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 28.
Bring it out.
Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If ye loved me, ye would rejoice, because I said I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I. So
Right.
if the Father is greater than I, that's Yahweh's words, it's red letter. So if the Father is greater than I, how are we the same person?
Right.
You
That's
see what I'm saying?
that's
You
a
see how
clear
he's in a
distinction.
meek way, in an humble spirit, he's basically saying, hey, the Father is above me. So I'm not the same person. What you're getting confused on, brother, is that Yahweh, which is the Hebrew
But I
name
think
for Jesus
you're
Christ.
supposed to start
He's
up
on
like
one
maybe
accord
like around
with God, but he's not the same
4
person.
maybe.
See what I'm saying?
But get
so
that-
I push
let me-
forth the doctrine of the Most High,
All right,
but I'm
bet.
not the same person. See what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Then we can go to
The
that.
book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse, you want to start at 3?
Yeah.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
So it's clear, it's a hierarchy right there. You know what I'm saying? They like the head of Christ is God. They're not the same individual or the same entity. So grab that one that he was talking about. Yeah.
Wait, let me just read it.
You got a precept.
Yeah, you can go there.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 7. For there are three that bear record in heaven.
This is what you talking about?
Yes. He explained it to continue to be
Oh,
honest.
okay, well,